IVM.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach podcast. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach, and today with us in the hot seat we have Dahrini. Now Dahrini says, "Good morning, sir. If I don't have a good start in the morning, the rest of the day will be like it is not a good day. I didn't do anything productive today. So how do I get rid of this situation and how do I keep up the energy to a full day?" All right, Dahrini, first of all, stop calling me sir. Sir is like, when I'm knighted by the king or by the queen or something like that. But anyways, the idea of having a good morning is so important because it is the start to your day. It is the way that your day begins. It is the anchoring that takes place. Now, I love saying this, that your morning, your perfect morning starts the night before. So always focus on how you are spending the night before if you want to have a great day the next day. So for example, if you are deciding to sleep by 10:30, 11, and you end up watching Netflix till 1, what is going to happen? You're going to have a lousy morning. You're sacrificing the next day for this particular 1 hour of Netflix. So as a result, always have this at the back of your mind. How do I create the perfect night routine so that I can have the perfect morning? And like Dahrani says, if you don't have a good morning, it is very, very difficult to then play catch up with the rest of the day. And what do you do if you don't have a good morning? The way to do this is to think about your day in 4 stages. There is the morning routine, which is typically from, say, about 6 o'clock to about 10 o'clock. If you wake up at 8, it is from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Then you have about 11 to 2 as one. And then you have from 3 onwards till about 5. And then you have the night routine. Okay, now notice I end the night routine at 10 o'clock. I don't end it at 12 o'clock because that is ideally what we need to be doing. So if you think of your day in these 4 stages, you can then decide, all right, I had a lousy 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock time. What can I do from 10 to 2 to make sure the rest of the day is good? So from 10 to 2, put in activities that create focus. Put in activities that are high energy habits. It could be something like listening to music and dancing around. It could be going to the gym. It could be eating a healthy meal. Anything that puts you in the right frame of mind, saying that today is important. That from the next section onwards, from 2 o'clock onwards, I need to be at my best. So that way you can start thinking about your day in these 4 segments and think of each of these segments as potential anchoring points for the rest of your day. Now, I keep saying that the morning is the most important. That 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock time is when you get the most self-work in. There is the time when everybody else is sleeping. So you have an opportunity to focus on yourself, to focus on your work, to focus on whatever it is that is currently important to you. And in fact, that perfect morning routine is so important that I have an entire perfect morning routine course on the Habit Masterclass. This can be found on awesome180.com. And the reason we put it there is so that it becomes something that is almost by default as a set of habits for your life. Because if you can crack that morning routine, if day in, day out, you have that morning routine perfect, I know that the chances of your days becoming better are higher. And if your days become better, the rest of your life becomes better. So start focusing on your morning. Like I said, if you don't get a good morning in, focus on the next segment, focus on the next segment. There are days when we are a complete washout till afternoon. No problem. Focus on the evening. The day is not done yet. And worst case scenario, there are days when everything seems to go wrong. You just want to hide under a blanket, cover your head, sleep the entire day through. No problem. Because at midnight, you are gifted another 24 hours. And I think that's the most powerful thing that happens to us at night. So don't worry about the day going badly. If you can, focus on the morning, focus on the segments, and then look at the 24 hours the next day as a gift to try again. Now, if you want to be featured on the next Habit Coach Hot Seat episode, check out the link below in the description. Click on it, send me a question, and I'm going to answer it right here on the Habit Coach podcast. I'm Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach, and remember, awesome lives, they start with awesome habits.
Usually in a podcast, it's me who speaks to you and you who listens. But I've been seeing your comments and it's time. It's me listening to you. Following the overwhelming success of this podcast, the good folks at IVM Podcast Network have decided to come up with a Kannada adaptation of the show for those who prefer listening to it in that language. Do make sure you let your Kannada speaking friends know about this as well.
Now, if you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am at Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. We have a brand new habit coaching online course, quizzes, videos, and a lot more on the website awesome180.com. So check it out now.
Hello. It's been another great week here on the IVM Podcasts Network. On Think Fast, Varun and Suchita discuss Ola's fall, Dream11's rise, and Sheryl Sandberg's exit from Meta. On The Wire Talks, Hindi poet Ashok Vajpayee tells Siddharth why our government should not promote any language. On Big Talk about tiny humans, Devi Shobha and Meghna talk about postpartum depression. On the Musafir Stories, Saif and Faiza explore Aurangabad with Sagar Senapati from Travel Safar Aur Hum. And on Hanswani, hear the story Gopal Ko Kisne Mara, a tale of the loneliness that comes with old age. We've got some exciting news for you. IVM Podcast has just launched its merch, and our first line is out now. Head to the IVM Podcast's website and click on the shop tab to check out our first collection of t-shirts. Do follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Also, don't forget to rate us on any platforms you're listening on. And you can also check us out on YouTube. We're also doing a small listener survey to better understand how you respond to our shows and advertising on the network. We would really appreciate it if you could spare a few minutes to fill it in. It helps us build better shows for you. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week. SBI Life Insurance, Apne Liye, Apno Ke Liye. Jupiter, a digital banking app. Capgemini, get the future you want. Intel vPro, built for business. And Intel, future banao wonderful with Intel-powered laptops.
There's a quick survey to fill out on ivmpodcast.com/survey. It lets us know a little bit more about who's listening to us. And you know what? We're going to do a few prizes. So, we'll do a random drawing of maybe 10 people and we'll send you all some swag. Remember, that's ivmpodcast.com/survey where you can fill out this